He thought no one would ever find out. At 2:13 a.m., the motion light above Emily Carter's back porch flicked on. A man in a faded gray hoodie slipped through the darkness, his breath visible in the chill of the Ohio night. He jimmied open the side door, grabbed a few grocery bags from the pantry, and disappeared just as quietly as he came. When the security alert pinged on Emily's phone the next morning, she sighed. "Another raccoon," she muttered, until she pressed play. The man on the footage wasn't a stranger. It was her ex-husband, Mark. If you believe true kindness always finds its way back, please tap the like button now and subscribe to support more stories like this. Emily sat frozen at her kitchen counter, her coffee going cold. It had been 2 years since their divorce. 2 long years of anger, distance, and silence. Mark had walked out after losing his job, his pride too big to ask for help. They'd sold the house, split everything down the middle, and built walls that neither had crossed since. And now, he had broken in. Her first thought was betrayal, not the kind that came with infidelity or broken promises, but the kind that came from seeing someone you once loved sink so low. Her second thought was fear. If she called the police, he'd be arrested. But if she didn't, what message was she sending? She replayed the footage again and again. His hand shook as he took the canned beans, the half-full jar of peanut butter, and the stale box of crackers. Not valuables, just food. Enough to feed someone for a few days. Emily opened her phone, ready to dial 911, but her finger hovered over the number. Something deep inside her stopped her cold. Then she made a different call. To his mother. Mark's mother answered on the second ring, her voice weary. "Emily, is everything all right?" Emily hesitated. "I think Mark's in trouble." There was a long silence, then the sound of quiet sobbing. "He's been living in his truck," his mother whispered. "He lost another job. I didn't know it was this bad." Emily's eyes filled with tears. She remembered the man who used to dance with her in their kitchen after dinner, who once worked 2 shifts just to buy her a birthday gift. That man wasn't gone, he was just lost. She hung up the phone, opened her pantry, and started packing bags. Soups, cereal, pasta, peanut butter, bottled water. She added a note on top. "You don't have to steal from me, Mark. Just knock." Then she drove to the empty parking lot near the old gas station by the highway, the same one where they used to meet halfway when exchanging the kids. His truck was parked there, engine off, windows fogged. She quietly set the bags on the hood, tapped twice, and walked away. Mark woke to the sound of the taps, startled. When he stepped outside, the sight broke him. Food, water, and her handwriting. He sat on the curb, letter trembling in his hands as tears blurred the words. He didn't steal again. Instead, 2 days later, he knocked. When Emily opened the door, he looked smaller somehow, thinner, humbled, ashamed. "I'm sorry," he whispered. "I didn't know where else to go." Emily simply nodded and stepped aside. "Then you're exactly where you need to be." Inside, she handed him a warm plate of scrambled eggs and toast. They ate in silence for a while. The tension softened, the years of anger melting into something far more human. He told her about losing his job at the warehouse, about the months of sleeping in his truck, about the way pride had become his prison. "I just didn't want you to see me like this," he admitted. She smiled sadly. "You forget, I've seen you at your best and your worst. Neither changes who you are." That day, Emily helped him get in touch with a local shelter program. Within weeks, Mark had found temporary housing and part-time work at a grocery store. It wasn't much, but it was a start. A month later, a new camera alert pinged on Emily's phone. When she checked the footage, her breath caught. It was Mark again. Same hoodie, same midnight timing. But this time he wasn't taking, he was leaving. A small bag on the porch, filled with groceries and a handwritten note. "Thank you for reminding me I'm still worth saving." Emily smiled through tears. Sometimes forgiveness doesn't erase the past. It simply chooses love over punishment. We'd love to hear your story. What is the most memorable act of unexpected kindness you have witnessed or received? Share it in the comments below. And if this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe. Because kindness, when chosen over judgment, has the power to rewrite even the hardest chapters of our lives.